My name is Herman Kelly. I'm running as a candidate in the general election in County Louth. Just this week, residents here in Dromin in Mid-Louth, Dromin is between Ardee and Dunleer. They've received a letter from Regnum solar company, and basically this company has plans to erect in a very beautiful and rural agricultural area, the second biggest solar farm in Ireland. They are looking to impose in this beautiful area a solar industrial estate of 440 acres, which is huge. They're looking to put in planning permission within 6 weeks. Now the state, the Irish government, doesn't have guidelines on either the planning or the development and running of a solar farm. This is actually the area that they're looking to put in. I hope that you can see that. My objection to a solar industrial estate in this beautiful area, an area which I know very well, this solar development would put a solar panel industrial estate in the middle of a quiet rural area. Point one, it's ugly and unsightly. Two, it's also noisy. These inverters to convert the electricity are very noisy indeed. It would destroy the biodiversity and habitat that we have in Dromin. Two, they're also, where they say that, oh yeah, but solar energy is renewable. Yes, but the solar panels are not renewable. They will result in a huge amount of industrial waste, replete and full of heavy metals such as cadmium and lead. Very often they have mercury as well. Now, these are toxic chemicals, which are long-term are bad for our environment. Also, in practical terms, an unsightly and ugly solar farm will drive your house prices into the ground. They will lower your house prices. There's a big problem at the minute. The Irish government hasn't issued guidelines for the development and running of these solar panels, so these companies can act as they please. Ireland, because of government policy, has among the highest electricity prices in the whole of Europe. This is why, the reasons why, is they have a very high carbon tax. They have closed down the Midlands power stations, which burned peat before, and they've stopped the exploration and gas and oil off our coast, which is very plentiful. The Irish Freedom Party option is that we want to open the peat power stations in the Midlands. We want to stop unnecessary and unjust carbon tax. We want to reopen oil and gas exploration off our coast. It's a huge potential. But also long term, look for a state commission to examine the safety, cost and efficacy of both tidal power and nuclear power for Ireland, because Ireland does need cheaper energy. But the thing with solar panels and ugly wind turbines is that they are an intermittent source of energy. Sun doesn't shine every day, the wind doesn't blow every day. So these energy sources need a full-time backup, be it coal, oil or gas or whatever. I would ask you, when Regnum comes a-calling, looking for your view, and they'll try to bribe you with, we'll subsidise the local GA club and to bribe the local community. They'll be the ones making the big profits, but they'll try to give you a little cut. I would ask that when they're seeking plan permission in 6 weeks, I would ask you to put it in against them. Please educate yourself on the cost and consequences of solar industrial estates. There is a better alternative. I've outlined a few of those options already, so I would ask you to also approach your elected representatives and tell them that you don't want an ugly solar industrial estate in the middle of County Louth beside Dromin, because it makes it ugly, noisy, and long term it doesn't make your electricity any cheaper. So over and out from myself, Herman Kelly, general election candidate for County Louth. Gora Magata. So Regnum solar panels are seeking to put a solar panel industrial estate in a beautiful rural area in County Louth. I think this is a bad idea. It's wrong-headed, and I would ask you to object to it when they come to seek plan permission. That's myself, Herman Kelly of the Irish Freedom Party, Gora Magata. From the exact same spot, I'm actually speaking from a Martin Bailey here, right beside Dromin Church. You'll see they're having the blessing of the graves, and it must be one of the most beautiful and most wonderful blessing of the graves in Ireland. The floral displays they have in Dromin Church are exceptional, and they must be one of the best in the whole country. So this is our local culture. This is Dromin and Mid-Louth special and unique. So I think it's important to keep these things rather than throw them just in the trash bin of history. And as with this solar industrial estate, trashing our local environment for a few bob